Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
I am Iman Muhammad Kabir, and I'm going to be the host of today's show titled Righteous Women of Islam. These women are precious mothers who are Khadija bint Khuwailid,
Assalamu alaikum.
Fatima bint Muhammad,
Assalamu alaikum.
Maryam bint Imran,
Assalamu alaikum.
Aisha bint Abubakar.
Assalamu alaikum.
Lots of people name their children Khadija, and we have Khadija Ibrahim here with us. So Khadija, tell us about who you're named after, Khadija bint Khuwailid.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
The strength of character and noble qualities of Khadija gained her the honor of being greeted with salam by Allah through the angel Jibril, an image of faithfulness, integrity, truth, mothers of good manners and nobility. She was generous, wise, and understanding, and nurtured in an atmosphere of wealth and luxury. She was the first person to have an abiding faith in the utterances of the Prophet and to accept Islam as her religion and her way of life. She was blessed with the decision of being greeted with salam by Allah through the angel Jibril. Can you imagine that? Allah himself sent angel Jibril to greet her, just to greet her. Imagine that. She was the first lady ever to be so honored. She was the first wife of the Prophet, and he did not marry again during her lifetime. They lived in peace and harmony for more than 24 years. It was in her house that the Prophet received the revelations of Allah through the angel Jibril. During the siege that the Prophet underwent in Mecca, she was there by his side, constantly supportive and sacrificing all comforts of life.
MashaAllah. She was a successful and esteemed businesswoman. She turned down many marriage proposals and was 15 years older than our noble Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and still asked him to marry her. The noble Prophet agreed and accepted her proposal. She spent her worldly riches feeding the needy and poor. A lot of things come to our mind when we mention Fatima. Fatima bint Fatima Zara. Different names have been generated, and here with me we have Fatima Bellomay. So tell us the reason for this.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
She was the youngest daughter of the Prophet and his favorite. She was married to his cousin Ali bin Abi Talib and was the mother of the great martyrs of Islam, Hassan and Hussein. She was born in Mecca a few years before her father was granted prophethood. Some years after, he was declared by Allah to be his prophet and last messenger. Fatima radiallahu anha spent her entire life as a God-fearing and pious servant of Allah, always grateful and patient to her Maker. There was not a single word of complaint from her, however difficult the circumstances. The world and its attractions held no charm for her. Her motto in life was always service to Islam and its mujahideen. In the battles, she was always up front, nursing the wounds of the injured. When her father was injured in the Battle of Uhud, it was she who burnt a part of straw mat and used the ashes to stop the flow of blood.
Alhamdulillah. She was born with great difficulty and supportive to her father. Her marriage was an example of modesty and was the mother of the princess of youth in Jannah. Non-Muslims call her Mary, but the correct name is actually Maryam. She is one of the women that perfected their faith and is someone we all need to know about. She is the only woman who gave birth a virgin, Maryam bint Imran, the mother with no husband. Can you tell us about her?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum
Assalamu wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Maryam bint Imran was a pious woman from the Bani Israel, the mother of Prophet Isa alayhi salam, a beacon of light, highlighting positive feminine characteristics and modest character. The Quran mentions several traits about her that highlight her high status. She holds an exalted position in the history of Islam. She is the only woman mentioned by name in the Quran, and there is an entire chapter named after her. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him,
Sallallahu alaihi
as one
wasallam.
of the most perfect women in the history of humanity. Allah's apostle, peace be upon him, said, "Many amongst men attain perfection, But amongst women, none attained perfection except Asiya, the wife of Fir'aun, and Maryam, the daughter of Imran. A prophet of Allah, Zakaria, cared for her. Allah provided her with eatables for nourishment himself. She was chosen and purified by Allah, and she was given glad tidings of offspring who would be honorable in this world and among Allah's near ones in the hereafter.
Alhamdulillah, the woman who perfected her faith, as the prophets mentioned her amongst that group, the mother of Prophet Isa. The person we will be learning about is the beloved daughter of the beloved. We can say she is the sugar in his tea. So Aisha Abu Bakr, tell us about Aisha bint Abu Bakr.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaykum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
She was the favorite daughter of one of the closest friends, companions, and associates of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Abu Bakr Siddiq. Many ayats in the noble Quran revealed were associated with her, and she was justifiably proud of this honor. She was in an enviable position among the mother of believers, in that she was considered the foremost among them. Allah himself chose her in the heavens as a bride for Muhammad. A portrait of hers, wrapped in silk, was brought to him in his dreams by the angel Jibril. He told him that he was to marry her, and she would be his consort in the life hereafter as well. She had a brilliant mind and a remarkable memory. The distinction of her being the source of most hadiths because of her long association with the prophets. Her knowledge in the many branches of Islam like fiqh and sharia, her mastery in the teachings of the prophets, her wisdom in interpretation, her integrity and trustworthiness, all those qualities made her one of the most remarkable personalities of those times.
Allahu Akbar. The daughter of the Prophet's companion Abu Bakr, Aisha bint Abu Bakr, made sure she delivered all Quran verses and hadith authentic. Okay, so Maryam, can you tell us more about Maryam bint Imran?
Allah has confirmed her truthfulness in the Quran, which was a testimony in her favor till the end of time. Allah has ordained her mention in his glorious book, and has twice called her the woman who guarded her private parts. Allah has made her and her son clear signs and proofs to the world and provided them safe shelter. She grew up as a righteous, pure, and pious Muslim woman worshipping Allah and secluded herself from her family. Allah made her and her son clear signs and proofs to the world. He provided them safe shelter. And Allah says that she confirmed his pure words and his book and was among the devout servants.
Alhamdulillah. Aisha, can you tell us more? Add to what you said.
Okay. She was very tender-hearted, and no needy person left her house empty-handed. The angel Jibril personally greeted her during her lifetime. The Prophet gave her the wonderful news that she earned a place for herself in Jannah. It was while resting on her lap that the Prophet passed away. It was her apartment that became his final resting place. Angels surrounded her apartment even during her lifetime, and for all the time the blessings of Allah will be showered on it, since as it is in the center of sanctuary at Al-Madinah. She said that there were 9 blessings distinguishing her from all other women in the world except Maryam bint Imran.
Alhamdulillah. Khadija, can you tell us, add to what you said? Increase. Alaykum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
When she passed away, the Prophet was heartbroken at the loss of a dedicated companion who was there by his side during the most difficult period of his lifetime. He then personally supervised the preparations of her grave and climbed down into it to check it out. Then he lowered her body into the grave himself. Thus ended the life of a lady who was the greatest supporter of Islam in its earliest days. She who was the mother of Fatima, the first lady in paradise, and the grandmother of the beloved grandchildren Hassan Hussein. She is Khadija bint Khuwaylid.
Alhamdulillah, thank you. So Fatima bint Muhammad, can you add to what you said?
Aisha radiallahu anha, speaking of her, said, she bore a remarkable resemblance to her father, Not only did she look like him, but her ways of speaking, standing, walking, in other words, all her mannerisms and gestures were just like his. Whenever he would visit her, she would stand up and receive him, and whenever she would visit him, he would kiss her forehead and stand up in reverence and respect. They were exceptionally close, and he used to call her Abiha, which means the mother of her father. When her father fell ill and his condition began to deteriorate, she could not bear to see his suffering. When he passed away, no one ever saw Fatima smile again, and her grief remained visible until she died 6 months later. She is Fatima bint Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. We have come to the end of this show, titled The Righteous Women of Islam, and we hope that we have educated you more and enlightened you about the righteous women of Islam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.